Nice and warm today, right? It's going to be toasty, that's what I heard. So, every day, you're given 86,400. You can use as much as you want. You have to use it during the day and night. There's a new balance every morning. Whatever you don't use won't be carried over to the next day. What am I talking about? Any idea?
Time.
Seconds.
You got it. Time? Seconds, that's the word. 86,400 seconds in a day. We all have it. Brother Lawrence doesn't have 87,000. He still has 86,400. We all have the same amount. How do we use it? We'll study Jesus' life. How did he spend his time? What was the first thing he did? He rose up very early in the morning when it was still dark, and he prayed to God. He started his day by praying to the Father. And if you study his life, he was never in a rush. He always had time to heal the sick. Whoever came for healing, he always had time. He had time to teach the people, and he also had time to bless the children. He had the same exact 86,400 seconds we have. How did he use it, and how do we use it? You see, God is the creator of time. Everybody has the same amount of time. So my topic today is how to manage our time for God and others. So the first step would be to totally commit our life into God's hands. So if you have your Bibles with you, could you turn with me to Psalm chapter 90? Psalm 90, 90. We'll read a couple of verses. Psalm 90, we'll read from verse 1 to verse 4. Verse 1 says, Lord, you have been our dwelling place throughout all generations. Before the mountains were born, or you brought forth the earth and the world. From everlasting to everlasting, you are God. Verse 3, you turn man back to dust, saying, return to dust, O sons of man. Verse 4, for 1,000 years in your sight are like a day that has just gone by, or like a watch in the night. Verse 4 says, for 1,000 years in your sight are like a day that has just gone by. 1,000 years in the Lord's sight is just the same as 86,400 seconds for us. It's like a day, 1,000 years. So we'll read verse 10 and verse 12 as well. Verse 10 says, the length of our days is 70 years, or 80, if we have the strength. Yet their span is but trouble and sorrow, for they quickly pass away, and we fly away. Who knows, verse 10. Verse 11. Who knows the power of your anger? For your wrath is as great as the fear that is due you. Verse 12. Teach me to number my days aright, that I may gain a heart of wisdom. Teach me to number my days aright, that I may gain a heart of wisdom. How many letters is in the word time?
4.
4. And we'll go each letter at a time. So the first letter is T. That's my first point. We are to treasure time. Time is very, very valuable and precious. How valuable, you may ask? Ask the student who just failed a grade what that 1 year meant to him. Ask the businessman who just missed the flight because it was delayed 1 hour. He lost a big contract. Or imagine a guy is in a restaurant, he's eating, and he suddenly has a heart attack. And the doctor is across the table. He applies CPR. That 1 minute saved his life. So minutes, seconds, hours, everything is precious. We may not know. Sometimes, like I was recently at a red light, I was checking my phone, the light turned green. It was a good thing I was on the phone, because the guy coming from the other side, he didn't stop at the red, he just went straight. Normally when you see the green, you just go, you don't look here or there. You think people would stop. But just because I was on the phone, delayed a couple of seconds, I was saved. So treasure every moment you have. Sometimes we dwell more on yesterday. So what I say is yesterday is history. It's gone. You can't bring it back. You'll have the memories, but you can't undo what you've done. So forget about it. Tomorrow is a mystery. We do not know what's going to happen tomorrow. We know we'll go to work, but we don't know what's going to happen at work. So tomorrow is a mystery. Don't worry about it. Don't stress about it. Today is a gift. That's why they call it the present. Forget the past, live in the present, don't worry about the future. Or as Bollywood says it, Shah Rukh Khan always says it, Har pal yahan ji bhar jiyo. Kal ho na ho. Was my favorite movie at one time, but not now. So, but yeah, there's a very important lesson in there. Live your life. Treasure every minute you have. The second word in time, the second letter in time is invest. Can you save time? I'm not going to use this hour. I'm going to save it for tomorrow. You can't add 24, another hour to 24 and make it 25. You can't save time. The only thing you can do with time is you can invest your time. And where you invest your time shows what's really important to you. How do you invest your time? In what do you invest your time is the question. We have 168 hours in 1 week. 40 hours at work, another maybe 10, 15 hours going to work, back and forth. How much time do you spend with God? Is it easily in minutes, a couple of seconds, or you spend hours? I mean, that's a question you can ask yourself, and you know the answer. Now, the second question is, how much time do you spend in front of the TV? Okay, I see some heads saying no TV, okay. How much time do you spend watching sports? Okay, ladies, how much time do you spend shopping? Is it more time that you spend Bible reading than shopping, or is it the other way around?
Oh, Bible reader. I need to do that again.
Okay. So sometimes there's a saying, I spend quality time. Is quality time any different than regular time?
No.
It's the same time. If you spend quality time 1 hour with your children or your kids, it's the same 1 hour you waste watching TV. So there's no such thing as quality time. It's the same time. For example, if I give you a wrinkled $100 bill to Lawrence, and Lawrence says, I don't want the $100 bill. Give me the fresh $20 you have. Because I want quality money. I don't want the wrinkled money. I want the fresh money. But money is money. The same thing. Time is time. Quality time and not so quality time. But it is time. The third letter in time is manage. This is the most important thing. Everything we receive, who's the giver? God. The house, the car, the job you have, the health that you have. It's all God-given. So there was a time management seminar, and one of the speakers brought a demonstration. He brought a big, large jar. The lid was taken off. He left it on the table. He asked everybody in attendance, is the jar full? I mean, obviously, everybody said no, because the jar was empty. He had 8 big rocks on this side. He filled it up in the jar. And he says, is the jar full? Some people said yes. He took another bag. He had small pebbles. He filled those in the jar. Now is the jar full? A lot of hands shut up. Yes, it is full. He took a bag of fine sand. He filled it in the jar. The whole bag went in the jar. Now is the jar full? That's what he asked. Almost now people know that's a trick question. But a lot of people put their hands up. Yes, it is filled.
Got water.
He took a bottle of water, filled it up. So he asked, what did you learn today? All hands shut up. One person said, it's no matter how busy you are. It's no matter how busy you are. You can always fit more things in your schedule. Everybody agreed, but that's the wrong answer. The right answer is, you have to put the big rocks in first. If you start with the sand, the jar will be filled with sand. Put in water, put in the pebbles. Where's the big rocks going to go? You'll probably fit 1 or 2 rocks, but you won't fit the entire big rocks. So the thing is, what are the big rocks in your life? What are the most important things in your life? And how are we filling our jars? So imagine a jar is your life. What are you filling it with? My thing is, put God first, family second, everything else. That's the pattern we follow. Just like you put the big rocks in, the small pebbles, the sand, and the water. We prioritize it. So we need to prioritize our life. But time moves at the same speed every second. I could stop the clock on my watch. I could stop the clock if there's a clock up in here, take the batteries out, but that doesn't change time. Time will move at the same speed every day. The challenge is not to manage time. The challenge is to manage ourselves, how we manage ourselves, and how we use the time. And the last word in time is enjoy. So if you have your Bibles, you can turn with me to James chapter 4. James chapter 4, verse 13 to 14. If anybody's there, could you read it out, please? James chapter 4, verses 13 to verses 14.
Now listen to me, you that say, today or tomorrow we will travel to a certain city, where we will stay a year and go into business and make a lot of money. You don't even know what your life tomorrow will be. You are like a puff of snow. It appears for a moment and then disappears.
So just look at verse 14. Why? You do not even know what will happen tomorrow. Do you know what's going to happen tomorrow? No, right? So what is your life? You're just like a mist that appears today and it's gone tomorrow. So the fourth letter in the word time is E. And E stands for enjoy. Enjoy every moment of your life. Treasure, invest, manage your time, and most importantly, enjoy your time. You got to do 3 and you don't enjoy it. What's the point of investing and treasuring your time when you're not enjoying it? Enjoy your time with your family. Spend time with your family. The most important thing is we call time robbers. Learn to say yes and no to things.
Oh, yeah.
That's the most important thing. Don't say maybe. Maybe is just a vague word. I mean, it's like opening a whole lot of doors. Learn to say yes and no. There was a baseball player. His name was Ken Griffey Jr. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame. He was the player of the decade. So he was invited to an award show. He beat out like big names like Barry Bonds, Mark McGwire. He didn't go to the award show. His reason was, my 5-year-old son is playing his first baseball game, and I won't miss it for the world.
Oh, wow.
So, the most important award in his life, no, I can't make it because my 5-year-old son.
His first
He
one.
said no, because he had more things to do. He had to enjoy time with his family. What are our priorities? Where do they lie? Say yes to happy memories and take the time to treasure, to invest, to manage, and take the time to enjoy yourselves. I know life is too stressful. There's too much work. Some people work 40 hours, some probably work 60 hours. I always work 40 hours, and overtime, we don't do a lot of overtime, maybe once or twice a year, but even then, nobody wants to do it. They always give us a gift card to somebody shows up. But even then, nobody shows up. Then they make it mandatory. Then everybody has to show up. So there's too much work and very little time. So the playoffs are right now going on. So what if the Warriors, most of you may be Warriors fans. I don't know if anybody's any other fan up in here. Any other teams up in here? No. Okay, the Warriors. Steph Curry and Durant, they go threes, they make 2 threes back to back. What does the other team do? They know the Warriors are on the run. What does the other team do? The coach of the other team? Timeout. It's the same with life. You need to take a timeout in life. You can't just run at the same speed. You need a break for yourself. What are the benefits of a timeout in life? Firstly, you get peace of mind. You forget everything, you drop everything, stop rushing around, stop stressing out about work or anything. It gives you time. Once your mind is kind of empty, it gives you time to think, to relax. Number 2, it's better for your health. Too much stress is harmful to the body. I mean, the NASCAR drivers, they race around the track 200 miles an hour. They take pit stops every now and then to fix the tire, to refuel, to fix something in the engine. But our lives are running full speed, no brakes. We try to fix while we are still running. Is that gonna work? No, you gotta stop. You'll have stronger relationships. I was home because I was sick last week, so I turned on the TV, switched channels. They have talk shows during the day. And all of the talk shows, the guests come in, they have relationship problems. And once you start watching, you get the gist of it. Where does it all start from? Relationship at home. Some say the parents are not there, that's why the kids did this. The husband doesn't come home, that's why the wife had an affair. And all this stuff. I mean, broken relationships, just because enough time is not spent. So you have stronger relationships when you spend time with your family. And lastly, usefulness in ministry. You have more service time for God. Sometimes we miss out on the blessings. We don't go to the prayer meeting, we miss out on a great message. We don't join the Skype, we miss out on a great message. We don't come to church, we miss out. Thomas was one of the disciples. The only Sunday that he didn't show up, Jesus appeared after that. He missed out. And then Jesus came back the second time. But then again, will that always happen? Sometimes you'll be here. There's a great message being preached. You need revival. You need healing. But if you stay home, will you get that revival and healing? No. And sometimes you say, I'm too busy, Lord, next time. I'll make it next Sunday. I mean, you don't know what's going to happen if you have another Sunday or another Monday. Because you don't know what's going to happen. I'm too busy, I'm going to pray next week. Too busy, I'm going to go visit this person and pray for this person next week, tomorrow. No. Make time. Time is a precious gift. Use it wisely. There's only 4 letters in the word time. You've got to treasure every moment you have. Invest your time wisely. You manage your time. And most importantly, you've done so much, enjoy your time. And I'd like to thank you all for taking the time to listen to this as well.
This is exactly what I needed.
And now it's time for giving. Brother Raj.
Thank you so much.